production numbers for last year, gold has picked up a lot, and we believe that we can buy enough gold to sustain the program. I must say that currently the numbers we are looking at is about 160,000 ounces per month, and that will represent about 50 to 60% of the consumption of the country. And according to what PMMC indicates that they can do, I think we have volumes to support the program, at least for the 50 to 60% of our production.
Bank of Ghana and Perin4 and na wamu HMU Ediache Ghana say propose a year gold for oil program of a gold purchasing agreement. Bank of Ghana was in the capacity as at that time and still in the capacity currently to use a year woman Ghana young gold reserve no gold woman for the gold for oil policy. And clearly wakayana akomatoyam ebaye eme nyinenye honti asese and someone Dr. like Mahmoud Bawumia akano say yesha asese yetu ho na mowa ye benya gold ni bia ye de ebe to oil no me ba 2 to 3 years down the lane, what has been the success story of the Novel Gold for Oil program? His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia introduce you here. MCR, do us the earnest nafe the success story of the Gold for Oil policy.
Inflation was up, and my worry at that time, frankly, was that I could see this country moving towards Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was what was clearly in my mind at that time, because you saw protests in Sri Lanka. They had no fuel. Dumsor was there. And when you saw the way our reserves were moving in 2022, we were heading right in that direction, that we were going to get queues on the street. We couldn't buy fuel, we couldn't pay for so many things. And it was in that context that I came up with two policies. One was the Gold for Oil policy and the Gold Purchase program of the Bank of Ghana. Because when I looked at it, sometimes when they say necessity is the mother of invention, because when I looked at it, we were headed for disaster, But I made the case. I looked at the numbers, and I said, well, how are we going to get foreign exchange to buy fuel in this declining reserves? And then I looked at gold. I said, let's take a look at gold. I looked at the reserves of gold that we had, and it was 8.7 tons. 8.7. That is from independence to 2022. Our gold reserves were 8.7 tons. 8.7. I mean, when you looked at the US, they had 8,000 tons in gold reserves. The UK, Germany, France, all above 2,000, 3,000 tons. And Ghana, the largest gold producer in Africa, had 8.7 tons. So I said, this is something that we need to change. And so Ghana needs to start, because the thing about gold for us is that we don't have to export anything to get gold. If we have cedis, we'll buy gold right here locally. So we can use our cedis to buy gold without needing to export cocoa or oil or diamonds or timber. We just buy the gold locally. That is what we have that many countries don't have. It's just something that many countries don't have that opportunity to do so. So I then came up with that idea that let's...
Allah, we are breaking news. I don't know me a shade also. Seriously, Napo, I'll be serious. Napo, our running mate, Edema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You are there and you are dozing off. Is it that he's tired? Is it that why in Yama 1 or 2 or year 1 or 2 be he's like exhausted? It's not on order. And I said, what do you think, Charlie? Ready?
Since we don't have forex at the bank to pay for oil, let's use gold. And therefore, we went into this gold for oil and gold purchase program for reserves. And what is very, very interesting, frankly, without this gold for oil, the gold purchase program, this economy would have collapsed. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. Why do I say so? In the last couple of years, Bank of Ghana under the gold purchase program has been able to buy $5 billion of gold. $5 billion of gold. Think about it. We've gone to the IMF to look for $3 billion, which is going to be paid over 3 years. And this is why we are going through it. But locally, we've been able to buy $5 billion. And this is why there are no queues for petrol. This is why Dumso has not happened in Ghana. Because otherwise, where would you have gotten $5 billion from your reserves? Where would you have gotten $5 billion from your reserves to keep up all the payments you needed to make? So that has been, for us, the game changer. And so the pilot that we are seeing with the gold purchase program and the gold for oil program, I want to institutionalize it going forward. And this is why, by the grace of God, when I am president next year, we are going to institutionalize this. Someone asked me, why is it that the French West African countries have not seen depreciations in their currency? Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and all of these. I said, well, they are anchored. The currency is anchored to the euro through the French franc. So they are anchored. Unfortunately for Ghana, we don't have an anchor. There is no anchor for the city. So what I am going to introduce, what I want to institutionalize, is something that we have learned from this crisis. You will not find it in any textbook. Maybe some people will now write it in a textbook. But you won't find it in a textbook. It's not in a textbook. Because what I'm going to do is fairly simple, as I said, but we have had to learn about it. Because what we are going to do is to say that if you want foreign exchange, and we've tried it already, the pilot with some of the big companies. One big company had 3.1 billion Ghana cedis. They wanted to externalize 3.1 billion Ghana cedis. And they were looking for foreign exchange. Can you imagine the impact on our market? If someone comes out with 3.1 billion cedis looking for dollars. So they were trying to talk to the Bank of Ghana and all of that. So their chairman flew into the country and came to see me and said, we are having these problems and we have to externalize our dividends and all of that. We have 3.1 billion and we are looking for dollars. So looking for dollars from all the banks and all of that. So I listened to them and then I asked, will you take gold? They said, oh sure, gold is forex. That is not a problem. So I called the governor and I said, look, why don't we put this 3.1 billion through the gold purchase program? And guess what? It was done virtually overnight. And their money was given to them. So essentially, what we're saying is that the demand for the dollars, you bring your cedis. We have the gold. There's no doubt. I mean, the gold is there. I mean, we have 5 billion ounces even not yet explored, as the Geological Survey Authority has told us. That's $10 trillion. Right? So bring your cedis, we buy the gold, give you your forex. It's that simple. So your demand for the forex will be met by an equal supply of gold, and Ghana will see stability of the currency long term. So we're looking for a simple solution to a long-term stability for the cedi. And that is what we are bringing in, and that is what is happening. What I'll tell you, and I'm sure maybe some of you have heard, is that other countries have started coming to Ghana to learn about our gold purchase program. Yeah, other countries have started coming. The Bank of Ghana is inundated with requests for people to come and learn. As I said, this is not in textbooks, but this is what we are doing. So I think that the fundamentals ultimately, the Bank of Ghana is inundated has an impact on the exchange rate. But the crisis that we have gone through has now made us to think a bit outside.
His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia Asia Press, and I was there. What I say, so we use gold for oil and some success story so far. 2 to 3 years on. I don't know, many years. And utie noa. Abusia. 1. Gold purchase agreement a fall under gold for oil program, no. Etimi asho wamai Ghana yen gold reserve, no. I'm a near ye can say over $9 to $10 billion worth of gold. And a near ye can say yetimi and the worth of gold in our reserve $9 to $10 billion. And one couch say I am a fire coin and a crown $3 billion near Koya Kwakoji. Nay, through the gold purchasing agreement, and a program, yetimi asho up your gold reservoir. Yakika gold free a year 2 years ago. Na yamfa a gold for oil program na maya gold purchasing agreement program na maya and nay near etimi ediamaba kahono ya kambo mua and they amounted to over $9 billion just 2 years. And clearly say etimi etwa so eko animua yebenya a huge gold reserve as a country policy ba kupeo and all than China so or say anka enye gold for oil programmer a buyer. Sometime back, there a sea of Sri Lanka na enyina monkania enyina na nai so fam wo bo apeja ko suru na hotere mapapa abano. Anka enye gold for oil program no after a COVID-19 and a Russia Ukraine in tokwa. Anka Sri Lanka the sea wo horo enke be betimi asi wo Ghana ase. And clearly, gold for oil program no NDC for any air to pese enya papa na ho nyina no ama meboa ameye hwe no sa ade no eso mfaso ne nzuzu sanso and I would say Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia ebo ho enkomo adano and or say atimi aboa ama ene ya yekasai cedi no ana depreciate at a faster rate no yetimi atemu ne kakra and I am stable for a period of time and can you gold for oil program no and a gold purchasing agreement program no and I'm telling you yes a cedi into dollars na fe yes dollars no at the kwa mo no ne akwa koto fam wo de aba and yes cedi no an depreciate no and clearly see the gold ne kwa dollars na wo memu ase no enya afiase ya bese se free Ghana ha ade akwa mo no ne $80 na ewo ha say and I'm sure me ne ya ka say etimi aboa ama cedi no aye stable kakra because say kenya gold for oil policy na de buy no and na ene ya that's why $60 ade kwa mo no ne ekoto fam wo ba akabusia anka the rate at which the cedi will depreciate no I can't mean so ano and kenya ne ya ejina ba bi ejina yi nka by now you to a $1 and I to a city to a dollar no nke number 20 Ghana cedis na 25 Ghana cedis but gold for oil program na da Roma enei etimi a stabilize here the depreciating rate of the cedi maybe abesen ko na eye too fast eno da nchen a famu buo abusia at the various pump station and here gold for oil program no aboa ama enei famu buo no yetimi stabilize na kakra ama famu buo no eso ate aba fam kakra nya last month me yete famu buo so o memwa a driver for take cash and dwade boss da bi wo mo ante so ye de one city kura na one person akura to famu buo so a driver for o memwa say ebe to cash and dwade abuo mu
exactly
and clearly o say gold for oil program na da Roma ene ya ye ka say famu buo at the various pump stations are stable kakra for a period of time nyasanka yentimi ento famu na de ma asem ne de kra ne say wose amana hodo bi aba ene wamo eba besua kwanya His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and afa Ghana ban afasua wam erane gold for oil program no wamo aba mu ba besua and clearly say we initiate policy bi a policy a novel policy for that matter now we na at least it meet demands halfway through mpoa now mo gina da bi ka say ama meboa mpono enei wo mo fra mo ne aba say wo mo ba besua kwan a Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia afa so implement a code for oil program na still NDC for baron betu futu de gu ani say ade na amfa so bi ama na wo gidia na clearly one abo ho abro I am telling you
adofonom medu besi ha say ye share ensem no senia isi ekona Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to nanum tuo waka ama yehu success story behind gold for money policy and a gold purchase program no yehu success story a every ho aba and at the same time no ye bebo na aba so ye bebo no more powerful say onko so a no ndi nejuma na onfamboa on my konkron Ghana adofonom trending GA celebs eni ha bebia ya no wo eche Ghana munsem celebrity news and all that intimestre se obedi echi brano se na ebe ya yekoso wo man Ghana ha nyina no entertainment nyina no ubenye bi na weti just esi enemy di mestre se comment section ho hwe comment go hwe answers go na yendi nkomo share na afoforo so ensan kebi wow ye new e wo channel we so mestre se enhwe sa keke subscribe my nembo ama YouTube empushi video yi fama ye just esi enemy din aha trending GA celebs makramo